Hello? 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 Hey boss! It's your boy, Thunder to the Strike here. Back again with another war recap. Finally, after almost an entire week without any content, and due to the finals, they went pretty well. If you wondered, probably not, but yeah. Back again with 6 Schlitzes versus Spartans Legacy. As you can see, 113 to 111. Yeah, 2-star victory for 6 Schlitzes, so GG to Spartans Legacy. Of course, this was a midweek, so they probably didn't try. Great effort to Spartans Legacy. The breakdowns were 7 Tunnel 11s, 17 Tunnel 10s, and 16 Tunnel 9s for 6 Schlitzes, and Spartans Legacy having 3 Tunnel 10s less. Let's actually jump straight into the replays. First one we're going to be looking at is Abatement, one of our Tunnel 10v11 gods. On number 2, Mr. Boom Boom, pretty prominent figure. I was coming in with a very hybrid attack. He's using almost all of the regular 10v11 troops you would see. Golems, of course. Queen Walk is also one of the elements in his attack. Valks, Bowlers, Baby Dragons to grab percentage. So everything, almost everything represented. This the only thing not being represented, I would say, is Lalo, but only the cool kids do 10v11 Lalo. So yeah, it's coming with the Queen Walk up top. He funneled with a Loon and a Baby Dragon. The Loon wasn't needed to because there was no air mine there, but better safe than sorry. And yeah, his Queen Walk is gonna grab some good percentage because there was a lot of trash building down there, and is also gonna be funneling 1/2 of his kill squad, which is gonna be grabbing the Town Hall. So yeah, good job identifying the Queen Walk here. Pretty easy funneling, and his Queen is also gonna get very good value out of only 2 or maybe 3 rages, but because he didn't have any additional spells except for this one jump he uses for the Valks, it actually is very valuable. So Golem coming up with a few bowlers behind. He's probably gonna rage here. Just as expected. Wall breakers as well. Not quite breaking the wall, but the king does punch through. But all of his bowlers walk, so actually did have a little bit of bamboozle right there. Queen ability. Queen is up to full health again. And the Valks coming in, actually grabbing the Inferno before the Queen dies from the Inferno. So the Queen actually stays up, which is very important for the percentage. As you saw, the Valkyries actually grabbed the Town Hall. And the Queen is still living, grabbing a few more buildings before she actually dies because of the Inferno. And now the healers split off to the bowlers. So actually pretty lucky here that everything falls into place for Abatement. So the Baby Dragon stays up, of the bowlers under healers. So yeah, you can expect them to get pretty good percentage. And fast forward a little bit, you probably already saw the ending percentage which was 70%. So yeah, very high percentage for a 10v11 attack, and a great job to Abatement, always showing up with some nice 10v10s, 10v11s. I'm sorry. Next up is number 19, which is Omar, aka PWC Flawless, with a very nice Valalo attack. Small kill squad, including Valks and the King, into a pretty big Lalo you're going to be seeing here. 2 giants down for tanking, but he actually misses the cannon, so the Queen is actually under cannon fire, which is a little bit of a bummer, but she actually goes to the cannon next, and the archer towers next. kind of is a bummer, but she does grab everything he wanted her to grab, and the Valks and the King with the jump are going to be hopping into that Inferno compartment, taking out the Inferno and the Queen. Just right, the poison actually kills the Queen right there. Some very clutch moments. Lalo coming down. 3-hand Lalo for 3 air defenses only, so yeah, pretty thin on the hounds, but yet again, there is the outer rim air defense placement, so he did account for only bringing 3 hounds because the air defenses were that far on the outside. Pretty nice haste, Lunar Deployment as always for Omar, on point. Rage into the Inferno, it's gonna heal right after that, right there. And the Loons grab the Inferno pretty quickly. No, not quickly, but easily. They did take a long route leading into the Inferno, but it was enough. Still has a Loon left, don't know why he's holding on to it. Hound, last moment, exploding. And yeah, pretty close here. Just getting that Tesla down with the... Ooh. Yeah, there goes the last Loon. So, actually pretty good decision to hold on to the Loon. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Because I didn't get the chance to look at the replays thoroughly. Because, yeah, the replays are about to expire. Because I arrived that late. And I don't want to waste my time looking at replays and discussing the entire war plan or anything like that, which could lead into me missing all the replays. So let's get this cleanup going. And yeah, nice job to Omar. I think this was one of the cleanup triples. We had at least one fresh triple, which we're gonna be seeing after that, if this game allows me, if this Wi-Fi allows me. I'm sorry. There you go. And yeah, next up is number 20, Elver City, aka Mr. No, not Mr. The Grenadier. And yeah, you might be tricked that this is only level 1 Infernos. This is a low level base, but everything else is almost maxed. Not everything else, but like expos are maxed. Wizard towers are leveled up once for Tunnel 10. The Archer towers are maxed for Tunnel 10, so actually not that low level of a base. So it's coming in with a attack we have been enjoying doing in wars, which is the bitch attack with 2 healers on the sides for these wizard towers on the outside. Here was one as well. So that negates the splash damage the wizard towers would do. So actually preserves the witches or the bowlers, and generally the healers just help with the entire kill squad. Right there, as you can see, the bowlers and witches did die, but the healers now switch to the Queen, which is actually going to help her a ton. So while she is under cloak, under invisibility cloak, the healers heal her up just a tiny little bit so that she can regain her health. And now she took down the Archer tower and is now going to be taking out the rest of the base with the 2 healers in support. So actually a pretty clutch moment here, hence why I zoomed into the Queen. The rest of the attack is pretty self-explanatory, just a regular bowler and witch attack, but doesn't take away from Grundinators' success. Great job to you, Grundy, grabbing the first in a few weeks, first 10 and 10 in a few weeks. So great job to you, rebounding from that little slump you had at Tunnel 10. Always great to see that. So yeah, Queen's gonna be wrapping up this raid. Not sure if the witches alone would have been able to take out the rest of the base. I doubt it. So the Queen was needed. So pretty clutch moments here with the healers switching to the Queen. There we go. 10v10 triple for the Grenadier. And the last 10v10 we're going to be looking at, yeah, the last of those 3 10v10s we had. Spartans Legacy also with 3 10v10s, but I think they had a dip fail, I think, or they no, I'm not sure. Maybe they had a dip fail, but even if they didn't have, they weren't able to clear one of the 11s with their Tunnel 10v11 attacks. So actually, I guess that is a failed 11v10 failed dip, pretty equivalent to that. But yet again, Ross is going to be coming in with the 2 healers on the side. Again, you see the wizard towers, and that's why you want to be bringing your healers. The outside wizard towers, I think, maybe not on this base because the air defenses were on one side and the rest of the air targeting defenses were on the other side. But a lot of Tunnel 10 builds are trying to prevent Tunnel 10v10 bitch attacks with wizard towers on the outside. So this is one good way to combat that. And Ross actually doing it very well. You see the middle of the attack still hasn't died out, and the witches on the right side actually did a ton of work. Alongside with the healers, of course. Those are always needed, but left side also. No wizard towers on the left side. That's why the witches survived that long. And they're going to be taking out the entire side. Just a very well executed bitch attack. And yeah, always great to see from Ross. Very consistent with these attacks. So I wouldn't say luck is a very big role in these attacks. You just have to deploy unretardedly. And that's pretty much it. Last recap, I was showcasing the Grenadier attack, and a few people have been notifying me and telling me that the Grenadier attack is only successful when everything goes to plan. But here we see an attack not going to plan, and just showing that this attack is actually pretty fail-safe. So you can see that he wanted the queen to walk right, and his P.E.K.K.A. and Valks to meet up at the town hall and just shred through the base. But yeah, the queen does take a stroll. Didn't funnel well enough for the queen to walk to the 3 o'clock side. So his queen is actually going to be taking a stroll, and the air defense is going to be picking off his healers. So actually, a very bad situation for the Grenadier to be in. But it keeps his composure, dropping his spells adequately. Healers still up, healing the Valks, healing the bowlers, healing the king and the P.E.K.K.A. And just such a deadly combo. P.E.K.K.A, king, bowlers and Valks. The Valks are just gonna tank and shred through the base with the healers backing them up. And as you can see, there was a Hound CC, which you would maybe think that it's actually beneficial because the queen walked around the outside. But in his army composition, he always includes wizards to go into the base. So the wizards actually pop the hound, but there's nothing else. This just except for this baby dragon, which actually comes to play pretty late. So the pops from the enemy hound actually did do quite some work on his Valks and the king. And despite that, he still gets this triple easily on Daniel. Saw dude.
Saw dude.
It's old six Schlitzes guy, so hisses. Let's speed up the cleanup, since there's only one more point defense and still 2 healers on the P.E.K.K.A. / queen. So yeah, still has a P.E.K.K.A, 2 healers and the queen left, which is plenty to take out the rest of the base. So good job to Grundy. And because we had so many ground attacks which were pretty prominent this war, I want to be showing off a very nicely executed air attack by Driddy or Harry. And he's coming in with his favorite comp, the Suicide Skelly Lalo. Skelly for the enemy queen, of course. And he's coming in with his heroes to take out 2 air defenses, which is pretty nice. Definitely I guess a flaw in the Tunnel 9 build, but that's I see that a lot, that you bunch up those air defenses, so great way to exploit that. And yeah, his queen is actually gonna also grab another archer tower, so that's pretty cool. 2 loons in just to take out that cannon. I'm not sure if he succeeds, but he actually does, so yeah, pretty nicely timed loons while his king was tanking the archer tower. And he actually popped one of the air traps, so the skellies, the air skellies. So he puts down another loon, just 1 minion, and that minion cleans up all of them. So pretty nicely done. And because he took out 2 air defenses, he only needs 3 hounds, which allows him to bring a buttload of balloons. So you know what happens at Tunnel 9 with the buttloads of loons. It just gets wrecked. And Harry does it perfectly. Deploying 2 haste at the beginning, still has a poison for nothing really, because there was nothing in the CC, probably a hound, so. Not sure if he's actually gonna drop this poison for air skellies or anything alike, but his queen is engaging. 2 skellies on that. Bomb tower is actually active and killing the skellies, but the skellies are actually enough alongside with the pups. Heal, rage, pretty late. Not sure if he actually needed that, but great job to Dreedy. Swagging 3 loons, not sure if he drops them for cleanup. I'm really not sure about all these raids, I'm sorry. Didn't look at them thoroughly. Oh, he actually swags them. Poisoned loons. Poisoned loon parade. Papa Snip will be proud. Let's fast forward, and that was actually it for this recap. I hope I didn't mold math myself with the little war introduction at the beginning, talking about maths and stuff. Really hope I didn't, or I'm becoming a Clash of Clans meme. Hell yeah, boy. Yeah, this was a random match, as I mentioned at the beginning. It wasn't our weekend matchup, so stay tuned for that one. This is Schlitzes versus Kronos, our weekend arranged war. This is actually a pre-NDL matchup, NDL being No Dip League. Yes, we are also in it, if you didn't know, in the NDL Pro League, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, still battling it out, actually towards the end of it. So hope we can finish strong. We did do pretty well so far. So scrolling through the map, a little bit of a preview. Cleared all the 9s, pretty well. So yeah, that was it for this recap, and I'll see you guys later. Hell yeah, boy.